Welcome to Nature Walk, the podcast where we delve into the wonders of the natural world and explore the latest discoveries and conservation efforts. I'm your host, David, and I'm thrilled to have you join me on this journey. Today, we're going to talk about a crisis that's unfolding in the skies above us. A recent study has found that over 500 bird species could vanish within the next century, threatening to unravel ecosystems across the globe. This shocking statistic is a stark reminder of the impact human activities are having on our planet's biodiversity. The research, published in the journal Nature Ecology and Evolution, examined data from nearly 10,000 birds and used UCN data to predict extinction risk. Habitat loss, driven mainly by the expansion and intensification of agriculture, emerged as the most significant driver of species extinction. The European turtle dove, the puffin, and the great bustard are just a few examples of the iconic birds that could disappear from our skies if trends continue. But it's not all doom and gloom. Conservation success stories show us that it is possible to bring species back from the brink of extinction. Take the California condor, for example. By 1987, this magnificent bird had gone extinct in the wild, with only about 22 individuals remaining in captivity. But through breeding programs and habitat restoration, conservationists were able to release birds back into the wild, and today there's a population of over 350. Similarly, in the UK, the bittern, a shy reed-dwelling bird, was once extinct as a breeding species due to habitat loss. But, thanks to concerted conservation efforts, including habitat restoration, their population is now at its highest in over 200 years, with over 280 booming male bitterns recorded last year. The study's authors emphasize that stopping threats such as habitat loss and climate breakdown is crucial, but it may not be enough to save many species. They argue that targeted recovery efforts, including captive breeding programs, habitat restoration, and supplementary feeding, will be necessary to rescue unique species from extinction. As we navigate this complex web of conservation challenges, it's essential to recognize the importance of local efforts and community-led initiatives. Every action counts, no matter how small it may seem. By working together, we can make a difference and ensure that the natural world continues to thrive for generations to come. We'll be right back with more fascinating stories from the natural world on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. I'm your host, David. As we continue our journey through the natural world and humanity's place within it, we find ourselves at a crossroads. On one hand, we have an innate desire to connect with nature, to experience its beauty and wonder. On the other hand, we've become masters of creating artificial environments that simulate this connection, often to mask the devastating impact we've had on the planet. Today, we're going to explore this paradox through the lens of a remarkable documentary photographer, Zed Nelson. Over 6 years, Nelson has traveled across 4 continents, capturing images that reveal our complex relationship with nature. From theme parks and zoos to national parks and African safaris, his photographs expose a global phenomenon of denial and collective self-delusion. Nelson's work is a testament to the human condition, a reflection of our deep-seated desire to reconnect with the natural world. And yet, as we immerse ourselves in these simulated environments, we're reminded of what we've lost. The number of wild animals on Earth has halved in just 40 years, and this decline shows no signs of slowing down. We're forcing animals and plants to extinction by destroying their habitats, leaving behind a trail of devastation that will be etched in the rock strata for future geologists to discover. But Nelson's photographs also reveal something more profound. They show us that, despite our best efforts to create artificial Edens, we're still drawn to the real thing. We crave authenticity, a genuine connection with the natural world. And so, we find ourselves in a state of paradox, torn between our desire for nature and our role as its destroyer. As Charles Darwin once said, humans are just another species, a twig on the grand tree of life. But now, we've become something more. We're the masters of our planet, shaping its biology and chemistry in ways both deliberate and unintended. And it's this realization that makes Nelson's photographs so poignant, for they remind us that our attempts to simulate nature are, in fact, a monument to what we've lost. As we reflect on Nelson's work, we're forced to confront the consequences of our actions. We're everywhere in the wilderness, directing traffic with white gloves on, as John Muallam so eloquently put it. But perhaps by acknowledging this paradox, we can begin to find a way forward, one that balances our desire for nature with our responsibility to protect it. Z. Nelson's photographs are a powerful reminder of the impact we've had on the planet, and the importance of preserving what's left of the natural world. His book, The Anthropocene Illusion, is a testament to the human condition, a reflection of our complex relationship with nature. As we move forward, it's essential that we recognize the illusion we've created for ourselves. We must acknowledge the devastating impact we've had on the planet and take steps to mitigate it. The future of our planet depends on it. And so, as we continue on our journey through Nature Walk, we're reminded of the beauty and fragility of the natural world. We're inspired to take action, to make a difference, and to preserve the wonders of the planet for generations to come. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. I'm your host, David. As we conclude today's journey through the natural world, I'd like to bring to your attention a pressing matter that has significant implications for our environment. The Trump administration has announced plans to rescind a nearly quarter-century-old rule that blocked logging on national forest lands. This move is set to affect approximately 23.5 million hectares of backcountry in national forests, opening them up to road construction and development. The 2001 roadless rule was put in place by the Clinton administration to preserve the wild nature of nearly one-third of the land in national forests across the United States. This regulation has been instrumental in protecting some of America's most pristine landscapes, including Alaska's Tongass National Forest, the largest temperate rainforest in North America, as well as the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness in Idaho. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins announced the plan to repeal this rule, citing that it was outdated and impeded road construction and timber production that could have reduced the risk of major wildfires. However, environmental groups strongly criticize this proposed change, arguing that it will destroy untouched landscapes, harm wildlife habitats, and compromise the quality of air and water. The decision to rescind this rule is part of a broader effort by the Trump administration to increase logging in the U.S., with President Trump calling on cabinet secretaries to bypass endangered species laws and other environmental protection measures to boost the domestic supply of timber. This move has sparked widespread concern among conservationists and the public alike, who value these pristine backcountry areas for their natural beauty, recreational opportunities, and ecological importance. As we consider this development, it's essential to remember that our national forests are not just resources to be exploited, but also treasures that provide countless benefits, from clean water and air to habitats for a vast array of wildlife. The repeal of the roadless rule could have far-reaching consequences, impacting not only the environment, but also local communities that depend on these areas for their livelihood. As we wrap up today's Nature Walk, I encourage you to stay informed about this critical issue and to make your voice heard. The future of our national forests and the wildlife that call them home depends on our collective action and commitment to conservation. That's all for today's Nature Walk. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep exploring your natural world. That's all for today's Nature Walk. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep exploring your natural world.